From the moment Chidinma was born, her mother whispered over her tiny body, "This one will bring us joy." She grew up with that prophecy echoing in her ears as the first daughter of a poor but hard-working family. Her parents pinned their every hope on her. They sent her off to university with prayers, borrowed money, and dreams stitched into her travel bag. To them, Chidinma was the light at the end of a long, dark tunnel. But behind her bright smile and quiet strength, Chidinma hid a secret, a swollen thyroid at the base of her neck. It had begun forming on her late teens and grew slowly, pushing against her confidence like a cruel weight. She wrapped scarves tightly around her neck, not just for fashion, but for shame. People stared, children whispered, but she bore it all with grace. And then she met Emeka. He was everything her heart has been waiting for: handsome, articulate, and ambitious. A final year student at the University of Nigeria, Nsukka. Emeka was the only son of a prominent family. He saw her, really saw her, beyond the scarf, beyond the swelling. And Chidinma, desperate to be loved for once without pity, gave him her whole heart. "I will marry you when I graduate," he promised, brushing a hand over her neck with gentleness no one else ever dared. He made her feel beautiful, seen, and wanted. So when he told her he was struggling financially, she didn't think twice. She started sending him her school fees, feeding him, paying his rent. She did everything a woman in love would do, even the foolish. She dropped out of school quietly. Every month, when her parents called to ask about her lectures and exams, she painted perfect pictures of campus life. She would even walk into cyber cafes just to take pictures in front of lecture halls she no longer attended. Her heart twisted with guilt, but she sorted herself with Emeka's voice. "Soon," he would say, "just wait. When I graduate, I will marry you and none of this will matter." 4 years passed. Emeka graduated with honors, celebrated with his family, and stepped into a world of promises. Chidinma, hidden in the crowd, clapped the loudest from the shadows. Her heart swelled with pride as he stood tall in his graduation gown. That night, they met briefly behind his hostel. She threw her hands around him. Eyes was shining. He hugged her, but it wasn't the same. The warmth she once felt has gone cold. "I'm just overwhelmed," he said when she asked if something was wrong. "Give me a little time to settle in. Things are moving fast." She nodded hopefully. After all, this was the moment they've waited for. But days turned into weeks. Calls went unanswered, message left unread. When she did reach him, his tone has changed. Distant, distracted. "I've been busy," he said. "Interviews, connection, you won't understand." Soon, new excuses followed. "My mom is asking about you. I told her you were still in school. Just keep a low profile for now." Photos began to surface online. Emeka at business meetings, conferences, social events, always smiling, never with her. The final blow came one afternoon. Chidinma saw a tagged photo on Facebook. Emeka standing beside a woman in a red designer gown at an engagement party. The caption says, "Power couple goals." She didn't want to believe it, so she went to see him one last time. She waited behind his old hostel, her heart pounding. When he arrived, he looked different, polished, sharp, and unreachable. He frowned when he saw her. "What are you doing here?" "I needed to talk to you," she said softly. "Is it true? Are you getting married?" He sighed and looked away. "I can't marry you, Chidinma." Her heart tightened. "What did you say?" "You didn't go to school," he replied coldly. "My mom said I should marry someone educated. And your condition, the thing on your neck, is not appealing. I need someone who represents me well." Chidinma couldn't breathe. The words struck like bricks. She had given him everything, sacrificed her future, lied to her family, watched her dreams with her just to keep her afloat. and now he was casting her aside like she meant nothing. She walked home in silence that night, her feet heavy, her soul shattered, but the worst was yet to come. A nosy neighbor spotted her in the market during school hours and mentioned it to her mother. Suspicion turned into fury. Her father traveled to the university to surprise her and find out the truth. All hell broke loose. "You lied to us?" her father screamed. Her mother collapsed on the floor. "My enemies have used my daughter. All our efforts wasted." The compound buzzed with relatives and neighbors who came to witness the disgrace. Her siblings looked at her like a stranger. People mocked her in the street. Some even called her the girl with the snake on her neck who trained a man. Chidinma sank into a deep depression. She stayed indoors for a week, barely eating, her swollen neck aching from stress and shame. But in her lowest moment, she found a flicker of strength. With the help of a local ungo, she underwent a successful surgery to reduce the thyroid. She enrolled in a community skills center and learned tailoring, makeup artistry, and small business management. What started as a therapy became her redemption. Slowly, Chidinma rebuilt her life. She began designing clothes and telling her stories at women events. People began to listen. Her pain became a platform, her scars, her strength. Years later, Emeka returned to the village for a funeral, arm in arm with his new wife, a lawyer from Lagos. He spotted Chidinma in the village square, confidently measuring a client for one of her latest designs. The sun danced off her glowing skin. She looked radiant, healthier, happier, and at peace. For a moment, he hesitated. Then he walked over. "Chidinma," he said. She turned surprised. "Emeka, you look different." Eyes scanning her. "I heard about everything, the surgery, your business. You have really come far." She nodded, still smiling. "Yes, I'm doing well by God's grace." There was a pause, stick with everything unsaid. Then he added, I just wanted to say I'm sorry for how things ended." "I forgive you a long time ago," she replied gently. "But then, your rejection felt like the end of my world. But it turned out to be the beginning of a better one." Emeka looked down ashamed. "I guess I didn't know what I had," he muttered. She smiled again, this time with power. "It's okay. You helped me learn to love myself. I'm grateful for that." He glanced at her ring finger and noticed a sparkling band. "You are engaged?" "Yes," she said, her eyes lighting up. "His name is Nonso. He's kind, God-fearing, and he loves me completely. We are getting married next year." There was no bitterness in her voice, no need for revenge, only truth. Emeka forced a smile. "I'm happy for you. I hope you are happy too," she said, extending her hand for a handshake. He took it hesitantly. As she turned back to her client, Emeka stood there for a moment watching her. The girl he once discarded had become a woman he could never deserve. But Chidinma didn't look back. She was already walking forward. If you find this story interesting, please like, comment, and subscribe to my YouTube channel. Thank you.